What's up, guys and gals? Today is a very special day because we're going to be attempting one of actually the hardest mission in the game, hands down. This mission is very, very difficult, and in fact, I cannot guarantee any type of success in it, but I will give it my best go. You guys know I'm not so good at the real-time strategy, so we'll kind of see how this one plays out. I've got a feel for the mission, like I kind of know how it's going to go down, but it's a tough mission, no lie. It's a very tough mission, so let's do our briefing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Commander, it seems the Eldar have not been driven off after all. The Xenos have summoned their demonic avatar, a towering warrior of flame. The avatar and its war host are destroying everything in their path. If the avatar remains loose, Typhon will soon be nothing but a charred cinder. This will be one of the deadliest opponents you ever face, Commander. But we cannot allow Typhon to be reduced to ash. Destroy the Avatar.
Okay, and destroy we shall attempt? I don't know, this is a rough mission. I've got everybody equipped with plasma weapons because this guy is weak to plasma. The big problem actually on this mission is it's a very tough level to begin with. The level is one of those levels that has just like fire prisms like every 3 feet. And you see these bridges? The fire prisms lock you down on them very, very easily. Simply because they can hit your entire squad at once while crossing this bridge, which then knocks them all down, so forth. Life is difficult, makes me sad, etc.
Turn their fury against the Hive fleet.
Interpreting Eldar motives is a fool's errand, Cyrus. Let us put down this monstrosity and be done with them.
I'm actually going to run the majority of this mission with Cyrus. Cyrus is your guy if you want to get anything done here. These fire prisms, I'm actually going to make them a victim of explosives if I can. Please don't get seen. I really hope we don't get... What is he doing? Does he see us?
Ready to detonate, Commander.
Alright, so now we move away from the bomb and kablooey! There we are. And then from stealth, I can just throw a melta on him and get rid of him. There it is right there. One of the few solutions to one of those ridiculous fire prisms when you get caught on these bridges. You really, really, really don't want to fight fire prisms across these bridges. It will turn out poorly for you. Oh, and we got enemies coming on in. Let's go ahead and have everybody draw back to a position of superior fire. I'm gonna move, let's move Tarkus forward really quickly. And I think that's a Warlock, oh, that's a Seer Council, even better. So what I'll do now is we'll actually start smashing on this guy because I need him to go away quickly. Oh, and we're taking fire from that fire prism on the left. Cyrus, go ahead and give me a melta on that. And then what I prefer is for the Force Commander to get back in here and just punch this thing like crazy with a power fist. Are they? Are they right now? I didn't even know we had any key structures on this one. Okay, so there goes the second fire prism. What you really don't want is for both those fire prisms to fight you at the same time. It will be a horrible, horrible day. Did we lose anybody? No, nobody was lost. We didn't have to use any supplies. Amazing! That's exactly how I would have wanted that to go down. I'm gonna take Cyrus once again, and when you're fighting sneaky enemies who like to hide in the shadows, you've got to be sneaky and hide in the shadows. It's the only way you're gonna make it out of this. We also want to be careful about our item usage. It is gonna be a little bit skimp as we run our way through here. I'm gonna snipe that weapon. I'm also gonna snipe that one in just a moment, but for the moment, just gonna keep people moving and getting the maximum amount of damage and attrition done with this one little bit of energy that I can. So the bomb is now on the building. That should take them out. Snipe that really quickly. Unless he has to go like all the way around the horn to snipe it. Oh wow, there's a lot of enemies up and in here. That is a major problem. So let's snipe that. And I really don't want to fight all these guys hand to hand, but I don't want to waste too many sniper shots either. Let's bring FC up. Is everybody moving out? Okay, good. So I think what I would prefer to do here is maybe jump the Force Commander in right there. I don't want to find out. These weapon platforms are really, really bad news for us. I'm gonna put him in here with the intent of shooting the hell out of all of these shuriken cannons. Or it's a bright lance? Okay. I'm gonna put other people front and center here. Force Commander should be able to do at least a little bit of damage before he has to use just a ridiculous ass ton. Our scouts have now been seen, so let's pull them back and out. And I could actually use some heavy suppression here. I'm gonna jump him out for a moment. And we're gonna lump up for just a moment. He's gonna regenerate. That was my intent, is that hopefully we could cheese out some regeneration right there. Get everybody back up to at least a suboptimal state instead of just a butchered state, which is where they were at to begin with. Move everybody up and forward. Hopefully not have Force Commander wipe out that cover. There we go. Now that we have everybody front and center, we've got them coming up against a unified front, which should be able to sustain at least a little bit more damage before they can make any type of cumulative difference. Oh, they decided to come around behind us. That's alright. They've got them suppressed. Our Marines did a good job right there. The last member of that Shuriken team. I'm going to hold off on using too many more of Cyrus's supplies for now because he's looking a little low. For sure. We're going to have to hit up some of these locations a little bit aggressively.
Tactical Marines awaiting orders. Adjust your positions.
I'm gonna have him kind of occupy this Bright Lance. Oh, that one's a Shuriken, sure. Don't let me ever figure out what your stuff is called, Eldar. I don't want to know what your units are called anyways. It means nothing to me. I'm gonna grenade this building to try and keep our expenditures of gear down, and there it goes. We've got another Bright Lance on its way in, although it appears to be very much interested in our Force Commander. See if maybe we can put some rounds on this thing, although it's running circles around us as it stands right now. There we go. A couple of plasma blasts on it should get it out of our hair. Okay, so another fire prism is down, but it did knock all of them out of cover, so they're gonna need to get back into it. Move my scouts forward. And finish whacking the rest of these guys. Let's take this CP over here on the right.
Make ready. Tactical squad reposition. Adjust your positions.
Oh, we have a bunch of these. Oh no, another fire prism. Never mind. Everybody back. Everybody backing out. And then what I would prefer is that before he can settle, you put as many plasma rounds on him as you can. And additionally, let's displace rapidly, because they have a couple hero units in here too. They got another Seer Council or a Warlock or something in here, and it is going to cause us major, major issues. Well, I may not have a choice except to use some of our abilities, kind of clear them out a tad. I mean, it works. It's not something that I'm happy about having to do. Additionally, I prefer to save some of these medkits as well, because it only gets worse the closer we're going to get to the boss, the worse it's going to get. God, I just don't know where I don't know where any more fire prisms are going to be at, to be honest. And one fire prism flanking you is a major, major setback to the point where people just start losing health like crazy. Okay, there's even more down there. Now we got warp spiders in on us. Let's just make a firing line and walk them back into us. They've already made a nice little arrowhead right there, so this should work out. Give the Force Commander a little bit of time to get some health back. So a nice little supply increase. It might be worth it to hit up that location to get a few more supplies. I don't think we're in combat. I don't know why they're not regenerating. It could be these guys over here. There it goes. Okay. So Force Commander is obviously going to be the front of this assault. So there we are. And what I would prefer... Oh, never mind. The building's actually... I thought that building had people in it. Or at least Xenos in it, if not people. Hopefully there's nothing insanely nasty off to our left. Okay, good. Now that that's done, let's take this other CP. I'm actually just gonna have a tactical squad get in here. Actually, it looks like they have rangers or something in here. A guardian squad. Okay. Let's not do that then. Force commander, you go first. Just because you can sink any artillery they've got. And hopefully we don't end up flanked in this situation, because if we do, it is going to be a nightmare. So let's put a grenade there. Down he goes. Problem solved, unless there's more of them in there. But there's not, so that's okay. Got the plasma rifle. A few more supplies. What is he looking like if we actually take a head count here? Okay, so he's got enough stuff to be useful. We didn't take that one back there, but I don't think we're going to need it. It's not going to be like an important thing. What I do want to do is head over here and grab these supplies. So let's go ahead and cross this bridge quickly. We've taken all of the locations, so really I just want to get at the boss quickly in a timely fashion. I don't know how well... Okay, so we've got Howling Banshees over here. We've also got another Platform O Doom. I think this is going to be a good opportunity for Cyrus to earn his keep and get rid of one of those. I'm going to teleport him in. And they're already going to be front and center trying to flank us. They shouldn't be able to cause too much damage to Avidus's guys simply because we've got Space Marines in the back who should be able to fire into that melee and kill him off pretty quickly. I mean, I might be vastly overestimating my guys' skills. Yeah, okay. That's what I was hoping would happen, is they would rout. Now, oh god, 2 fire prisms. Okay, well what I want Force Commander to do now then is use a medkit first and foremost. Let's get everybody focusing fire. Let's throw a Melta on that thing. We need these things gone very, very quickly. So down goes the first prism. I think the Force Commander is going to be able to block the bridge, but that tank actually might be blocking the bridge too. This could turn out very unfavorably for us if he actually just blocked off our only avenue of approach with a tank. Okay, never mind, it blew up. That's fine, as long as it blows up somehow. 2 fire prism, guys. I don't actually think I've ever seen multiple fire prisms hit us at the same time, but there it is. We've actually seen that for the first time in our playthrough. Down goes the remainder of their force. Hopefully there's nothing else on the approach here.
Tactical squad repositioning.
Be vigilant.
Doesn't look like it. Head count on supplies. We've got 4 there. Okay. Not too bad. How many are we looking? Okay, so we can break 2 of these crates, and I won't feel like I've wasted too much. Now, this location is going to be our fallback zone if we end up getting routed and just tore up right here with this guy. From what I understand, this Avatar of Cain is really, really nasty. He's got some abilities that they're going to make us kind of suffer. Let's go around this way. I'm going to bring the tackies up. Let's make sure there's not anything too wild. This little area right here looks like it's big enough to where they could actually accord themselves some extra... Yeah, there it is right there. That's what I was kind of thinking about. They'd be able to cause problems from there. I'm going to put him in battle mode. He's taking a lot of damage right now, actually. Let's go ahead and get him on out of there, and we'll have everybody else just kind of charge in at our lines. They're suppressed anyway, so this should be a pretty quick death blow to most of this force. There goes a grenade right there. And I'm not completely sure. It does look like they're keeping themselves well endowed with snipers here. I'm going to have Avidus fall back for just a moment. I don't think they have any cover at all. So let's actually have everybody fall back momentarily. I'd prefer to draw them into like a ranged fight if I can. Come on, little closer. No, not you close with them. Them close with us. Come on now, you can do it. Oh, they're just not gonna do it. That guy was the that guy was a victim right there, because he was the one to do it. I guess then what I can do, I'll bring Tarkus up and let's put a grenade on that building so that we're making an advance of some sort. Because you never want to get stuck in like a stalemate where you're not actually moving. That doesn't appear to have done the trick. They're still pretty entrenched in there. Well, I've got another one for him then. There we go. So that building is now no longer a concern. And it looks like there was a tad of a downside right there where we have to assault this from kind of a weird angle. Let me get my force commander in here. I'll put everyone else where they can be, put him in melee mode and have him focus on their platform. I'm going to have him go back and get himself re-kitted out. Cyrus, I need you up here, bud. Let's get up and in here and try and start this thing off. Alright, so that platform's now taken care of. I'm gonna try and grab this crate really quickly. Now, I'm not gonna capture this CP for an important reason. What I want to happen is if we get tore up right here, I want them to run back to this location, not this one over here. This one over here doesn't provide them with a whole lot of options, whereas over on the other side, I feel a little bit better about our chances. We'll have them now head on up that way, and then we'll think about what's going to happen here. From what I understand, I looked up this fight before we came into it, and he's got like almost an instant cast AoE type deal that one-shots anybody that's standing in it. Like, you've got basically like a second to get out of it, so we'll have to be aware of that. I'm going to teleport the Force Commander up and in. Ah, another Fire Prism. Let's handle that first. We're not going to need Meltas or anything in the future. Well, we might. God, so much damage. Just a painful amount of damage that they keep dispensing with just this huge allocation of fire prisms that we have to deal with. Okay, so now the real fun begins. What we want to be careful about is this guy can actually fire out of his own eye range, so you could have units standing over here, and as long as one person is in combat with him, he can still drop AoEs all the way out here. You might also think about maybe starting out like that. I think he's in the center when this starts out, but I'm not going to cheese like that. And what I want to do to start is you want everybody moving. And actually, with regards to realistic expectations, everybody has to be moving when you go into this, because he could drop that AoE at any moment. I think Commander's already out of the warp fire, so it should be okay. Now this enemy has like, look at his HP, 300,000 HP, to the point where I'm not even positive Force Commander can tank out of it. There's the warp fire right there. We got to get them out of it. It will one-shot your entire squad, so bear that in mind. We've already used a med kit, which is weak. Let's drop in some turrets for our own aid. Get out of the way of that warp fire for a moment. And he is going to summon aid every now and again, from what I understand. Med kits are going to be our main allocation right now. The thing that we spend the most of our time kind of using up and trying to maintain. I'm actually going to have them bust open some boxes to make sure that I always have at least a little bit of extra med kits around. He's probably going to drop warp fire here in just a moment. Let's get all you guys out of the way. I was a little concerned about something like that happening. Oh, and now we've got even worse things coming in, so let's have everybody... We're actually going to pull out of the arena here for just a second. Give ourselves a moment to breathe because the ads are getting a little bit out of control. And I need them out of that warp fire. And then my goal here is actually we're going to draw back like so. And I really, really need Cyrus to blow up some of these guys. What you want to do is draw as many of these guys down with the ads. They're difficult to deal with. So don't be ashamed if you have to pull back for a moment or two. Oh no. So there's that right there. I'm actually going to send him back to base now.
The enemy has targeted one of our turrets.
Well, that's fine. They can target a turret if they want.
Kill those damnable Eldar. Tactical squad, return fire. Preparedness is all.
And that shield should soak the majority of that damage from that first attack. I'd also prefer if I could put an artillery strike right in the center of the arena, maybe. Let's get the Force Commander out of it, but that should kill off at least some of the adds.
Brothers,
And now that he's back, can I draw him up to this bomb? I would love to draw him back up to this explosive. No, he just won't leave the arena. Okay, well, I was hoping I could draw him up to this, or at least the adds up to this explosive and blow him up as time permitted. Kind of doing things on my own schedule rather than on the schedule that the Avatar is attempting to dictate for me. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Everybody out. Everybody out. Oh, and you out of... Oh, we lost the Force Commander, so now we have a big issue. We have a very large issue.
I have my orders.
So we'll drop an artillery strike right there. It's probably not going to do much. I mean, it'll hurt, but
Tarkus awaiting orders.
now we got to figure out how the hell we're going to get the Force Commander out of this.
We need only be
I don't think he has the ability that allows him to stealth in and grab people. God, did he just blow up his own units? Douchebag move. Definite douchebag move.
our scouts.
Well... Okay, so the big guy seems to be able to see us. Losing the Force Commander was not part of this deal. It was not something that I expected to happen.
Destroy them.
We'll deal a little bit of damage right here, but there's so much in the center that it's difficult. I was going to drop a Ion Storm on the middle.
Tarkus here.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure how I want to do this. First off, I need that bomb out of the way so that he can lay down other bombs. I'm thinking that's going to be the key to extracting myself from this situation. So we'll detonate that for now.
How can we serve?
Although he seems to be doing a pretty good job of blowing up his own units.
Eliminate that target.
He also likes to seem to like hang out along the edge of the... I don't know if that's a bug or not. God, there are just not a ton of options right now. Yeah, that's what I was worried about right there. So they've got too much of a visual range. I may have to do this from like a different kind of path or angle.
Tarkus, eliminate that target.
As long as he's content to sit there and get blown the hell up, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna complain about it.
Relieving fire. Tactical squad, this way, brothers. Look alive.
What I could do is I could send Cyrus around this way. I would love to like put an explosive charge right there in the center if I can pull it off, but
Let them fear us, brothers.
fight along the edges maybe, see if we can't pull that prism tank out of the middle.
Tactical Eldar ambush.
Although we don't have med kits either. Well then, I'm not sure what to contemplate right now. Let's take Cyrus around the other side possibly. I mean, we could keep baiting him off to the side right here and just shooting the hell out of him.
Target.
So I suppose I'll leave my guys right there.
Be vigilant.
Losing the Force Commander is a big, big problem for us. Especially since I don't really have a way to recover him.
How can we eliminate the Eldar? Watch for an
I'm gonna try and be an opportunist right now and blow up a couple of these guys.
Xeno targeted.
Every one of these that we kill is one that can't kind of mess with us later.
One less Eldar to plague us. Purge the alien. With me, brothers, advance.
I still don't think this is going to work from this direction, but I can try.
With soldiers trying to get a precise count. Our scouts placing explosives.
Now the goal
Yes. What
is
is
to lay down explosives. Oh, did he not do it? Damn it. Okay, we'll go do it this time. Oh, and now we need them to pull out and blow up as many as possible. So that worked out, actually. That wasn't so bad. We did lose an initiate, though. These tactics are really not... These are kind of like... I don't know. These just are not... These are like Tau tactics that I'm using. These are not like legitimate Space Marine tactics.
Reposition.
That actually did a lot of damage to the Avatar of Cain, too. As soon as Cyrus is back and patched up, we'll continue with our insane espionage.
Tactical Marines, tactical squad repositioning.
Oh god.
Scout squad ready for orders?
Find your strength, brothers. Come on, aliens.
If I can kill even one of these, there we go. So now we pull back, get them all out of that fire zone. Okay.
Eliminate those Eldar before they slip
A
away.
little bit more damage done there on the stairs. We might lose little dude over there.
Position, brothers. Eliminate that target.
Oh god.
Reposition.
Be vigilant.
Maybe getting in here with Cyrus one more time. If I can get rid of that fire prism, I'm reasonably sure I can recover Force Commander. It's that fire prism that's generally being a problem.
One cautious strike.
Oops.
Enemy hands.
God. Alright, everybody retreat. Hold on. That's what I was talking about right there. Like, that's outside of his line of sight, but he'll still fire on it.
Positioning.
Tarkus head back.
To defensive positions.
Yes. What is it?
Brothers, we go.
Getting a better vantage. The battle is not over.
I might be able to pull this off right now. No! Okay, so we caught a knockback to the face, and it ruined everything. Just don't know, guys. We may have to just cheese this one through. I'm not seeing any way for us to get the Force Commander back up.
Your command.
He's pretty much
Tactical
buried.
squad repositioning.
This is Abatus.
I guess I could use... I could potentially use that shield as an option, but I think they still get knocked back even inside the shield.
Reposition.
Brothers, we go.
Alive, but time to emerge.
Command.
Well, it's worth a shot. Let's send them in, and then shield them, maybe?
We simply cannot.
And maybe it'll work, who knows?
Brother. I have Xeno's attention.
And as soon as it's off, we put it back up. There it is. Okay, so Force Commander is now back up. The big FC is doing his deal.
Box open.
And what I would really prefer now is to get rid of this fire prism.
It emits the heat of the sun. Attack from a distance.
Oh, attack from a distance. Hold on.
Heat is rising. Clear away from it.
I think he just wrecked his own troops.
Before it can recover.
Okay, so there we go. Oh, and you guys fall back just a tad.
Heat is rising. Clear away from it.
Ooh, I got that shield up just in time. I knew Force Commander wasn't going to get out of the way soon enough, so glad that worked out in my favor. Let's blow that up.
Ready. This way, brothers.
And I'm going to try and send people off in different directions, kind of try and confuse them a little bit. I know there's other crates in this arena because we've had fights here before. Let me see if I can get a few more med kits for the Force Commander. And I think that may have been I don't know. That might have been his last string of reinforcements. Oh, he's emitting sunfire right now. Never mind. Run! And as soon as he discharges that, we're gonna lay into him. Okay, good. So now we should actually be able to get some damage done. Oh, maybe not. Let's get out of melee. I'm gonna try and get everybody back to...
One of our initiates has fallen.
Okay, so Force Commander get back on... Oh, never mind. Force Commander's almost out of medkits. Oh, he's got sun again. Damn. Okay, let's vacate the arena really quickly. So that we're not getting pounded in the face with sunfire. We've lost another initiate, so we're gonna have Cyrus retreat back and get himself kitted back up. Now that everybody has recovered. We really don't want to fight him while he's got all that nastiness around him. Bring in scouts. I hope he messed up now. That might be game over for him. He shouldn't have dropped that right there.
Chapter's recruits engaging us orders.
Eldar have opened fire.
Back off of him. You see that little ring around his feet? That's what I'm concerned about, is it does just like damage to people. Just flat out deals damage, so you gotta watch out for it while he's got that up. Because anybody he's like walking near or anything like that will absolutely just eat poo.
This be the last we see of the damnable Eldar.
Really, he didn't drop any gear? I guess the gear we got is good enough. I'm not gonna complain too much. I'm just happy we survived that.
Let our enemies beware, for victory is ours.
And there is our badass Armor of Azariah. So that's probably one of the best armors in the game for a melee unit. In fact, I'm willing to bet that it'd probably turn Thaddeus into just a massive killing machine. As far as everything else goes, we actually didn't lose as many guys as I had expected. That's a pretty tough mission. You gotta be careful on it. Forge isn't gonna get us an extra deployment. Alas. We did get some cool gear out of it, though. Maybe they'll have some nice flavor chat here.
It still seems madness that the Eldar would strike at us in the midst of this infestation.
Agreed. But the Eldar have a deeper purpose in the sector. They would not have sacrificed so much just to give the Tyranids one less world to feed on.
Commander, one of the holy shrines we had secured has fallen to the enemy. We will have to retake the shrine to restore morale in the sector.
Okay, since I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a whole lot of equipment I want to throw around, let's have a look at this. So they're both actually really good melee. Actually, I think the one we've got, the Aegis of Helios, is better. Maybe consider, that's going to give melee skill. I do wish that we had ranged armor. Oh, it puts all of them in Terminator armor. I think you guys mentioned that to me already. We can give him like Tempest of Fire, which is like a scattergun, and then Gauntlet of the First Company on the other fist. Give him back all of his... Actually, we can give him shoulder rockets now. Sweet. Oh, he can't use grenades anymore, though. That's interesting. No more grenades for Tarkus, oddly enough, but that's okay. I guess you got big ol' like hand fist type deals going on. You can't throw grenades anymore. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in this. We actually did a really good job there. I'm pleased. I'm really pleased with the way that turned out. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next episode, and take care out there, everybody.